Hello everyone and welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, and joining me in this fine, cloudy day is my wee right-hand man, Mr. Ryan Clifford. Ryan, how are you, mate?
Very cloudy. I think summer's finished, JP, when it looks at it. But Celtic aren't finished. Another two will be in the bag, my man. Good to see you sort of next to me for a change.
Aye.
But yeah, it's a lovely cloudy morning in Glasgow, but I'm good. Feeling doubly excited. Looking forward to now, obviously, the links and the rumours who are going to sign, because obviously now we've got the financial aspect to go and kind of push on, hopefully, mate. But still feeling excited for the weekend. We spoke about it on Monday in the podcast, mate, that winning trophies is hard.
Yeah.
And we've done it undoubtedly easily, really, the last few years in terms of how many we've won. Obviously, it's not easy and by the onset and the players, but by the way we've been doing it, it seems like it's just what I thought was back in Scotland, and looking forward to Brendan next season, hopefully pushing that forward and seeing how we go in Europe.
Yeah, I think that's been the thing, isn't it? Obviously, we've numerous chats about it, and obviously we've spoke highly about the way the team have went this season, the injuries we've had, the way the team have coped, especially with Brendan Rodgers at the helm. I think this season as well, Ryan, he showed what an elite manager he is. His skill set, the way he handles himself, even when times were tough, we were dropping points, and we were, maybe when they played at their best all the time, which is sometimes fine, by the way. I mean, you wouldn't have thought so the way some of the outcry this season. But marrying all that into the one, it was like an iceberg the whole season, Brendan. And I thought, again, mate, that just highlights the type of manager that we've got at our disposal.
Yeah, we've said it quite at times. He's an elite manager with an elite football brain.
Yeah.
Very good CV. We all know obviously at Liverpool what happened. If that didn't happen, would he be here? Just shows you sometimes things in life happen for other things to happen. And the reason why he's back here is obviously he felt with unfinished business, and also he is a Celtic fan.
Yeah.
I know there's been things in media and he said this or said that, but we all know, people know personally, he is a massive Celtic fan, and some of the stuff he comes out with in terms of the history of the club, that's no, you need to know Celtic to know stuff like that. So I would say we're lucky, but I would say in the same time just appreciate while he's here, and that's why the board now need to back him, because we spoke about it on Monday night's podcast that if they don't back him, how long will he be here for? How long will he stand still? How long will he have what he maybe had the first time and wasn't maybe been able? Because we've seen, obviously, the article that Colin went a few months ago when he mentioned certain names. One of them's just done amazingly for Atlanta. Whitman, there was other names, and so when you iron things like that out, were they things that were bubbling behind the scenes and he was wanting these guys to come? And so hopefully this is a summer where it's not going to be John McGinn scenarios or Tony scenarios or other things where it could have been, what should have been. Hopefully get quality in, and as McGregor says, we want that trophy back, we want the treble again. I know that's entitled or spoiled. It's no, that's the mentality, the confidence. That's why we win so many trophies.
Yeah.
McGregor, we want to get that trophy back, and for me, that's to have a guy like that as your captain, JP. That's it's not going to stand in good stead. He's getting a bit older now, Callum, but he's still young enough and good enough to be here for a long few years to lead this team to glory.
Yeah, 100%. You touch on the captain. I was big on it on the podcast various episodes ago, and I said that, mindset is everything with this club. I think you've seen the two sides of mindset. So you've seen the other mindset, and we've seen the other side crumble, in a sense, right? So that's been the key for me, the mindset of the team. When Rodgers sets the team up, they know what they've got to do. See that season 9, the one that's just passed, they've had to go and show a different side to themselves this season.
Yeah.
They've had to go and show real character, grit, fight, determination. And sometimes it's not been easy. Sometimes they've had to battle. But for all the better for me, Ryan, and I've said it millions of times, it makes it all the sweeter.
Yeah.
because they have, they've made it look easy in a way. They've won the league by 8 points, and they've won a league and cup double, and they won the final by keeping a clean sheet also. No things aren't easy. I think Brendan spoke highly about it with Joe Hart. You know, his last game of football in professional football, and he keeps a clean sheet. Some way to sign off it.
Yeah, obviously Joe Hart's been massive for us, and for £1 million, phenomenal value.
Yeah.
Again, obviously when Ants came in, we need to have a wee bit of rebuild experience. I know we brought in McCarthy, but his experience has also helped in some capacity, maybe not always on the playing side, but we don't know what goes behind closed doors. We don't know what these guys do to help young guys, help guys who come in from different countries. But Joe Hart's been brilliant in the manager's mentality, the captain's mentality, the full club's mentality. It just shows you there's no coincidence in terms of one season, and then now we're back to winning a double, a treble, a double. There's just
7 trophies in 3 years, mate.
It's amazing, and a lot of people keep mentioning, we've not really spoken about it since the weekend, but they keep mentioning about the gap. Dessers is saying that there's no gap and small margins and fine margins. If I was either for a tram with all what he was talking, I don't know what the big man.
No, he left Hamden quite soon, didn't he?
I know in the media you've got to say certain things to appease fans. I get that, right? But to sit and say there's no gap when it was 4, you've went for winning a league, stop at 10, fair enough, fair play to you. But you've then lost 3 leagues in a row.
Yeah.
So what's the mantra? Is it just stop Celtic? Is it just stop Celtic playing and then see what we do? And that was the way it looked at the weekends. Yes, let's be fair, the second half, they came onto a game, they stopped us playing a wee bit, but they didn't do anything else to go and take themselves to the game. It was just stop Celtic. It wasn't like, so what can we do? It's always, what can we do to stop McGregor? How can we mark Kyogo?
Yeah.
How can we stop O'Reilly turning? It's no, what can we do? What can Seema do? What can Dessers do? And I think that's it. But us, we don't think about them. It's what we do. And the gap JP for me is, if we do the recruitment right, it'll get bigger, because we've got the most money a Scottish club in my mind that I can remember since I was born ever having at their disposal.
Yeah.
If that's to build stuff here, if it's to build at Lennoxtown, if it's to add to the transfer kitty, buy quality players, infrastructure, academy. This is where hopefully now we can push on, and we should have done it under Ronnie Dyer when obviously they got liquidated, and we all know what happened there. I didn't think we pushed on as we maybe should have. Now it's forget everybody else, push on and try and make a mark in Europe if we can. We all know it's going to be hard, but it's an easier, well not easier route, but it's an easier way for us to potentially qualify now. You've got 8 games today. Obviously you're 6, so hopefully it's a massive attraction for players also. Yeah,
no, it's a big carrot, mate, isn't it? It's, it's what a big carrot to dangle, even once you spoke about it on the podcast as well. Likes to keep Matt O'Reilly.
Yeah.
It's massive to dangle that in front of him to say, look, why don't you give us another year? Maybe Brendan could sit him down and say, look, this is what I plan on putting around you. This is the kind of players I'm going to bring in. Joe Hart's left, we're going to need another top goalkeeper now. For me, that's one of the biggest signings of the summer, if not the biggest.
Massive.
So sitting guys like Matt O'Reilly down with Callum McGregor and saying, look, this is what we're going to be doing, this is what we're going to put in beside you. This is what I want to do. I want to put you in and make you the focal point in that midfield to go again next season and have a go in the Champions League. Now, I know people are probably going to be watching this and saying, how do we have a go in the Champions League, JP? The financial restraints that we have are astronomical. Ryan, we were here this season. We've seen us the game day teams, but nobody can compete, mate. We played well. In my opinion, barring the Madrid away game, that was the only game that we get absolutely, destroyed in a way. But you've got to back this manager. He was maybe let down in January, and at a last minute push, he went out and got Adam Idan. What a signing that's been as well. Unbelievable. Again, if you back this manager, he chooses players, he brings players in, he brings the right ones in, and they do the business right. He's done it before, brought Scott Sinclair in, knew the player just bounced straight into the team and never looked back, made his debut, scored right away, and obviously kicked on. We've been big on the podcast about backing the manager, and I don't know if it's just me, Ryan, but I get the feeling that something's about to brew. So something in that sort of ilk's about to brew with this manager. And I think Brendan seems like a comfortable guy. He seems like a guy who was content and knew maybe what was coming because of the way he spoke in the interviews and post-match. He was doing the Premier Sports interview with the guys, and when he spoke to other media outlets and stuff like that as well. So I just feel he knows maybe something's happening. But also going back to the Matt O'Reilly thing, I think that's something that he could probably do. Like you says, the big carrot is the Champions League. And that goes for signing players as well. You're bringing players to this club. It's a fantastic club. You look at the stadium. It's a magnificent stadium. Massive. Holds 62,000 or just about. Yeah, that's it. What's not to like, you know? And see for players as well that maybe are going to move on. We've seen it with other guys. The grass isn't green on the other side, in my opinion, right? So be careful what you wish for, mate.
Yeah, like you said, it's 60,000 seat stadium. Massive, massive way to come and play your football. What an attraction to play in front of 60,000 fans.
Yeah.
And I know years gone past, maybe under Dialer, sometimes with Stratton, sometimes with Mowbray, maybe some of the stands weren't full. And now, as long as Brendan Rodgers is here, I think you'll see just about 60,000 every week. They'll sell out just about every game this season. European packages were sold out within how many minutes? Strips are sold within minutes. Everything's... The fans are backing the team now in terms of the merchandise and the money side and buying the tickets, putting into the club. So now it's time that, my opinion, that the board, I know they backed them in the summer in terms of maybe 21 million, but £20 million, 10 to 12 players, it's not a lot of money in terms of quality. It's a lot of money to bulk the squad, but how many guys started the weekend that we signed in January? So
we took him on for that.
That tells you overall the recruitment hasn't been great, but you've still won trophies.
Yeah.
You've still not lagging behind, and that's you. Apparently, it's one of the worst Celtic teams in a long time. That's what the other team across the water say.
Well, that's what the media, the narratives and everything. So, very social.
It's going to be interesting, and I think now it's just... I know the board will listen to us, they will probably watch this and other Celtic podcasts and other media outlets. They'll be bothered about it. But if they take anything from what the fans are saying, just back him. Back him with these big players. I know he's, in the past, he's signed guys like Gamboa and it didn't work out stuff, but like we spoke about Monday, these big signings, your Jams, your Sinclairs, the big money signings. Edward on loan and then he signed for £9 million. Edward for £9 million is not a genius. At the time, we're thinking £9 million. But within 6 months of him signing, permanently, I know he's not done the best in the Premier League, but he's playing 10 or 15 years above here. He's playing with guys like De Bruyne and more age type of guys. So Edward for me was a tremendous player, and that's the quality that Rodgers ironed it and recruited team at the time. So new recruitment staff, hopefully they can potentially give us a bit more quality, because I think Scotland, we get away with it. We had a wee bit of quality, but Europe, that's where like you say, the European campaign we did. Away from home.
Unlucky at Lazio.
Aye.
You know?
I think away from home, we've hoped to try and be a bit more streetwise. If that's buying more experience to game manage games, I think the tactics of manager, I think sometimes away from home he's got to learn. We play with wingers away from home and maybe pack defence. I think you beat 1-0, unfortunately, you take it. I'd rather you beat 1-0 and try to win the full expansive football and you beat 7-1 or 6-1, because it just looks like, there's Celtic beat again. But if you try and at least no park the bus, but then go and try and counter-attack and maybe get beat 1-0. We tried. But I'd rather we didn't go gung-ho and game manage it and try and win the game without maybe going gung-ho, because I think we've not got the players to do Europe to go gung-ho against these bigger teams. In Scotland, you've seen it.
You need to be a bit more pragmatic, don't you?
Aye.
And the way you set up and the way you go about things.
Yeah.
We keep saying that, but I don't think they're going to do it because I think Rodgers and
Peter, listen.
I don't think Rodgers and big hands before him. They've just got this belief that we can go into football against anyone at all, and it doesn't matter who you're coming up against. I think what he'll try and do is he'll definitely try and get players in who fit the way he wants to play, and make it more of, I don't want to say more of, to be disrespectful to the lads who have brought him really success this season, but make it more of his side as well, because there's still a lot of Angie's team there. And by the way, don't get me wrong, they're well rated by the manager. But in terms of squad depth, when you sub off a guy to say Rio Attai, if he's injured, the next guy is coming in. Can't light a candle to him. Or what it seems. I know we had Paolo Bernardo and he showed a lot of quality. In my opinion, I would sign him because, again, you look at the two big games against Rangers, one at Ibrox, one at Hampden, he's come on and made a difference. And turns out he does goal. So he set the one up at Ibrox and he done the exact same thing on Saturday. So, I think when you marry it all together, Ryan, I think we could win for a very exciting summer. But what I will say, I don't think it's going to be as big a summer as a lot of Celtic fans have been saying. Because this Celtic team don't need major surgery. What it does need is an injection of quality and guys to come in and be put around guys like Callum McGregor, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Alistair Johnston, Greg Taylor even, because he's a big character in the team. But I know Greg Taylor, a lot of Celtic fans might be watching this or looking at, from afar and saying, I don't want Greg Taylor to be playing next season. I don't want Greg Taylor in the team. Got to remember this guy's been part of a long, successful journey as well. And he's part of a team that's delivered trophies, 7 trophies in 3 years, and he's been part of that. So, I don't like it, and I don't like being, like disrespectful to players, and because to put it this way, they're earning money doing that. I mean, you're standing outside Celtic Park chatting about it.
Yep.
So, what I would say is, I'll go back to it. Sit the players down that you want to keep. Tell them about your plan. Tell them about what you've got on, and then who knows what can go. But I'd like to think next season, Ryan, will be a bit more exciting. The teams are a lot more settled under Brendan's way, the way of working, the way of doing things, and then hopefully we won't see similar levels to performance that we did see this season in terms of Hearts coming here and beating us 2-0. But listen, that might sound title. It can happen, and it's okay to happen. But for me, Ryan, you know yourself, we played the game, mate. You've got to lose in a certain way. And that day we looked as if we threw it out early doors. And Hearts took the momentum and then went on and won the game.
There's ways of losing games, mate. We can accept losing if you're putting everything in, you make chances, but sometimes when I've mentioned once or twice this season when it looked like a bit of a gutless performance, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Like the Motherwell first half, I thought they were gone. I was like, these guys don't look like they're ready to maybe step it up. And in the second half, whatever was said in the dressing room between players and manager, they came out with a bit of injection. Adi Mida comes on and kind of puts his name on the Celtic fans' lips for scoring the goals. And that sometimes as fans, maybe a bit hasty, but you can only look at what you're seeing. We can't, at the first half against Motherwell, was I really, really confident that we're going to go in the second half? Not really. And
I
think the majority of Celtic fans were probably going to say the same, because the first half performance,
I was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Come on.
The first half wasn't great, but that's been the story of the season. We've had brilliant first halves, not the best second halves. Brilliant second halves and no good first halves.
Yeah.
So that was similar to the game at the weekend. Brilliant first half, dominated.
Do you think that's going to fitness, right?
Could be as well.
Yeah.
Injuries, guys, when we play injuries, we don't know about. See, no matter what we thought about the season now, you've got to look back in the season and go, it's no matter what we thought during the season, you can only say that at the time. And it's been a major success. You've won a double. It's just unfortunate early round of the League Cup or early doors when you're trying to get your team sorted. And at the time, Brendan wasn't fully in with his team. The recruitment wasn't spot on at the time.
Yeah.
I do feel there'll be a lot more outgoings than there will be incomings. I think you might get maybe 4 or 5 bits of quality, but I think you will see maybe guys like Haskabanovic, will Mikey Johnson go back out on loan, will Home stay, will he go on loan, will Big O?
I think you better stock up your bleach, man, but that's you might get back the team before you know it.
Will Big O be put on loan? Will he be sold? Will Yang be kept? Will he go on loan? There's loads of McCarthy. Will he be released for his contract? Will he be here another year on the book? So I think there'll be more. It'll be the outgoings first, and then I think they'll maybe think about the ingoings. But we spoke about it. I think the main priority for Celtic is a number one.
Yeah, no, it's the biggest signing for me. The number one. You've lost a mountain in what I would say Joe Hart for the way he is as a goalkeeper, the way he carries himself, the way he trains, the way he is around the place. And you just listen to him in his interviews and stuff on Saturday after the game. The guy's going to be... I said it on Monday night's podcast, right? We're not going to realise what we've missed until he's new there. And that seems to be the way of it. Sometimes you just don't know what you had until it's not even there. Brendan touched on it as well. A guy like Joe Hart's irreplaceable. You know, just for the many qualities that he brings to this side. But we're going to have to move on. And we are going to have to move on quickly. Because at Celtic, we all know that Celtic, we can't stand still. We can't stay static. We need to kick on because there's always something. You know, I heard Peter Grant. I thought I was brilliant. Peter Grant saying that, you know, you're over champions for 6 weeks, then you need to go again. You won the Scottish Cup, yeah. We'll celebrate Sunday, celebrate Monday, Tuesday.
Some fans are still celebrating now.
Some fans are still celebrating now. Me and you have just sobered up. We're still in the Celtic way at the moment.
Bag of cans and Brendan Rodgers back.
Me and you have just, that's what I'm saying, me and you are doing that. So, it's, yeah. So, you know, it's a frantic moment, but we go again. And it's going to be a lot of heads will be turned to the Euros next.
Yep.
You know, that's coming up obviously in 2 weeks' time. So, yeah, as I say, football's a quick turnaround, mate.
Oh,
and then the summer window starts, and then obviously like Brendan says, he gets a quick holiday, and then it's put his phone and I'll be off. And I actually feel sorry for these guys because don't really get that chance to switch off. But listen, that's why he gets paid the big money, mate. That's why he's here. And, just lastly, obviously before we finish up, mate, what's your overriding thoughts and how are you feeling in terms of excitement levels and everything else for this new format of the Champions League?
It's good for us because you're getting an extra game, obviously, in Europe at home. Be able to see the team another time in Europe against potentially a top team. You've got another chance of potentially maybe getting away from home. Maybe seeing a game, there's another game to play, so maybe an extra chance to see Celtic Europe. Also, there's another chance to put yourself up against some of the best in the world. Europe, and some of the biggest teams in the world, obviously, in Europe. So, it's going to be interesting to see how we go in terms of the quality side and the experience side. I do feel the squad needs a bit of, I'm not saying go and sign 35-year-olds or 34-year-olds, but maybe somebody 29, 30, I know they might not have the biggest selling value, but sometimes you need to buy for here and now, not always for the future. You can't buy somebody 29, 30, keep for a year or two, and then maybe they go away. They don't always need to sell on, but ideally you want to sell on if possible. Talking about Matt O'Reilly, I hope he stays. I really hope he stays. I know I've seen a few links on social media saying Celtic want big money for him, and rightly so. Because if he was playing with Wolves or Everton, you'd be talking 35, 40 million pounds for Matt O'Reilly. That's just an absolute fact because the guy's quality. He's a top player. The fact that he came from MK Dons and you wouldn't think now he came from MK Dons, you think he's came in our team and he's effortlessly drive. Yeah, he's really, really good. I know Saturday maybe not performed his best, but you seen him at the end of the game when we scored a goal in relief. That already was all yours to stand. The way he was reacting to the goal, and I'm excited, and I just hope that the board on the premature way and back on fully. I'm not saying go and spend silly money on £50 million, go and spend £15 million on one player. But like we've seen, if you get your forward right, a goalkeeper, another centre back, maybe another centre mid, striker, and then maybe see what else you've got with you. That one, I think we'll go together. And just looking forward to Europe again, mate, and let's see how we go, and hopefully get more success in the league as well.
Yeah, I think I'm like wee kid at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This new format of
What's your
Champions League.
favourite chocolate? Gansy caramel or tell us?
Aye, a wee Mars bar.
A wee Vanetta.
A wee Viennetta. With a laced chocolate fruit and all that. But, no, I'm really excited, mate. I really am. I'm really looking forward to this new format. 4 games here in Paradise. And, obviously 4 away games as well. Hopefully maybe try and get to one of them if I can.
Yep.
And, yeah, just the whole excitement of...
Who knows, I might put it on Unrestricted View away days.
Oh,
who knows?
There you go, folks. He's now called it the Unrestricted View away days. By the way, that's not the day we had Soft End show or anything like that. That'll be a different thing altogether. And, soon I said that, now you'll get big Alan all excited now.
What was the programme called years ago? Was it something trash? What was it?
Eurotrash.
Eurotrash.
Aye.
Eurotrash, there we go.
Aye, a midget poked me arse with a shopping trolley. But, yeah, thanks everybody that's tuned in with us today.
Yes.
On the Celtic Unrestricted View. Hope you all like the content. If you do, please like and subscribe. It's totally free to do so. And also, share amongst the Celtic family. But for myself, JP, and my good man, Mr. Ryan Clifford, a massive farewell, and we'll see you again. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.